the national platform. Probably you need to cross-check that information with the police. But the message I want to give to Ugandans, wherever they are, is that Uganda is peaceful, secure, and calm. People are free to do business. People are free to go about their activities without hindrance whatsoever. We are through an electoral season. It has ended. The winners have been declared. It's time to go back to production, engage in activities that enhance our prosperity and livelihood as individuals, as society, and as a country. Is that we have seen over time that the National Unity Platform enjoys drama quite a lot, and probably it's part of their strategy to do their political communication. The case of a missing person is a very serious matter. I've noted compared not with my counterparts in the Uganda Police Force, but up to this point, I'm not aware whether the National Unity Platform or the relatives of the said individuals have filed any case of missing persons to the authorities, in particular the Uganda Police Force. What we have been seeing are political statements by NUP leaders in Kampala without providing any evidence. So, if they want these matters to be treated seriously, as they seem to suggest, the first step is to lodge an official complaint with the Uganda Police Force, and then we can begin to investigate this matter. Uganda is a peaceful and lawful country. We do our best as members of the security forces to make sure people's rights and freedoms are upheld and protected. If we go to arrest anyone for any reason, as joint security forces of the Uganda Police Force, there is a legitimate reason why someone is being arrested, and because they have committed a crime or they are subject to some kind of investigations, and we come out and announce this. So I throw it back to the National Unity Platform that if they are talking about serious matters, then they should treat them with the seriousness they deserve, not casual remarks on press conference.
What explains the arrest
or their supporters and the rest of Ugandans? No one is above the law. If you commit a crime or if you break the law, then you can be arrested. It doesn't matter whether you are a National Unity Platform or a supporter of a National Unity Platform, as long as you break the law, or indeed any other party. Whether you are a supporter of the National Resistance Movement, you break the law, you will be arrested and charged in the courts of law accordingly. So that's not the whole point. The point is, has someone committed a crime, there are charges, and someone has been arrested. Therefore, the issue becomes, go and pursue that case or matter in the courts of law. Again, treating very serious matters casually, the way they have been doing. If they have reason to believe that some of their people have been arrested for false accusations, let them go and lodge a case with the courts, and that case will be argued case by case and merit considerations. And if someone is innocent, they will be released.
Okay, I found
probably you need to cross-check that information with the police. But the message I want to give to Ugandans, wherever they are, is that Uganda is peaceful, secure, and calm. People are free to do business. People are free to go about their activities without hindrance whatsoever. We are through an electoral season. It has ended. The winners have been declared. It's time to go back to production, engage in activities that enhance our prosperity and livelihood as individuals, as society, and as a country. Formerly the National Resistance Army has a long history of cooperation with the local person, and that has been the framework upon which UPDF successes and previously the National Resistance Army have been built and anchored upon. We treat our relationship with our opponents very seriously, and we go out of our way to make sure that this relationship is kept strong and sustained, because we are aware and know that without the support of the people, we cannot do much. Therefore, every year we celebrate Tarehe, which is here to be found in the National Resistance Army, which is the UPDF today. 45 years ago, on the 6th of February 1951, we engaged in a number of activities, civil military relation activities like building or rehabilitating hospitals, health centers, schools, sports facilities, maintaining hygiene and sanitation in some of the urban centers, and also participating like now in sports. We have a full-fledged department of sports and education in UPDF, and they have been doing very well, very vibrant. So these kind of engagements bring our relationship even closer with the people and make sure that we can work together for the time to come.
The other army and the army now, actually, the peace, you shouldn't even fear a soldier when you meet them, because we are here to protect the country, not to fight our fellow country people.
Ninye Major General Henry Masco urakurira bya kwegesa bya ubwebembezi kitongore amini mu ihebye yitu, kandi ninye ndabandakurira imikoro keji yo kwifuka izoba ingehebye yitu irisya y'abantu ubu ryatandika turaryeta Tarehe konka iheriri yine history ndengwa kurujira kimwe mu biro bya president abyumye omweji ukatafu ibiro bya Fronasa namwene biturishika muri izoba hano bya kigezi kabari n'aba Fronasa aba barakoragana na mwerembese weitu kurwanirira ubusinje konka bambe hironge idamini akabakwata abamwe batabasize kugiro mugisha rero yasharaho kuba rasha ubutunu kweta abantu bona aka batahanu mucahu akabarasha mu bwato abantu abaferiraha nebya harimo nabandi abaferira mu bicureke bindi mbarara kutotro konka kigezi hano akakwata abantu bashatu Jenzi Joseph Bitwari, James Karambuzi na David Kanjire abateirwe ha shenjaha bakarashwa abantu bari barareba utunu bakabeita izoba riye biro 20 amini yakaranga mushaha mukaga ukurashoke kubeho so ni we kabandi yo mwana muto nanye neyisha kureba icyacira genda kurisha kabuka bakatugira twena tuje turebe twege twayenda kugira imico bibi ibira tubasa kutwikaho so ikalisho waro riherwe izo shaha keitano neceka motoka za jipu emirore zikareta mu bantu bashatu babatasa mu shaho bahikaha babatahashenje bareta ikirore kikakirimo abasibe abo kwenda kwihemera mu baheza kurasha na ikibinja babajoyire binyasi beshwekire abo babatekatekire kurasha na kamanda wabo Arifatu rero nangwa yahumugisha Bishop witwe birebyo Bishop Fese Kirengere kugamba nabo batakise abantu abo byumwe yagamba nawe yatumye ubutumwa bwo gutwarira abeka konka tarahirwa mugisha bwo kugaruka yo yarashuta Arifatu shaha zikazika yamukurura yayemerera nawe yatuma bahita abantu bishop arareba aho yari kugamba nabo mudacika bafira so bikaba birye byo mwirima konke tushasireho ka keihe kurenda mu abantu abana b'intu bamanyeye ihangari z'ikiri ko kudahebye so hariho abantu benshi mu kabara bafire nabo mu gihugu Isidoro Turumwe Professor Karimuzo abo bakabitira handi ko kabo bayitira mu shahu bakabari abantu kandi twaba turizuka kutwarwa kw'abantu turashemererwa kureba mbere izoba ebitwarwanirire kwihaho enkore ambikeje yo kwita abantu batarabire mu koti okureto businje okureba entunguka bikirweho mbere twaturizuka ishagama yasheshe kiraha kona turashemererwa kureba ngo mu shaga muntu hari kireme birungi harimo businje bwa Uganda mu businje bwa Afrika harimo entunguka no kugenda cyaherize kubaho abasirikare baheza tware mirango icaha cona cyaba amarira abantu bona bakaraba mu town ubwo mwaresangure misiga oyijuke akari muna abanyabuzari na nyonko umwana umwe David kandi n'ishwento akaba kandi nyina akaba bamwisire na wari mu emwe muri town bityo twagire kumugandira n'amazima umwana bamurasha yarashwa n'abandi bantu ekaba omwirima buryo umwe wena shikamkwata kandi ubwo abasirikare bahirize na bikorwa kubanza bagaruka batu kanga ngo nizo bakora bajya kwata ekazona barazwerekereza so karaba mu mwirima gw'amani ubwiro bw'ubwire bwa kabino kandi okwitwokwe twe kwa kuri kwe bizoba abantu baba barabira. Over the years, in these celebrations, tracing the footprints of all the people's revolutionary struggles, starting way back started by our current leader, who started his works as a student, but later in the 70s, taking a decision that the people of Uganda had to be organized for armed struggle. And one of the first phases was championed by the Front for National Salvation of Ronasa. Now, Kigezi or Kabale in particular had a role in these early efforts. Some of the early clandestine workers, some of the sales were from this part of the country, Kabale and Kigezi in particular. The event which occurred where we have put this monument was one of the sites where Idi Amin, the then president, in his efforts to contain the revolution, started hunting down some of our early cadres, and countrywide a number of arrests were made, and Amin took a decision, a unilateral extrajudicial decision, to execute publicly all those who had been arrested. For Kigezi, he had arrested three freedom fighters, Joseph Bitwari, James Karamzi, and a young man, David Kanji. And for a whole month, Idi Amin was announcing to the whole country that he would carry out public execution. The country was not believing until the fateful day of 20th February 1973, when the final decision was taken that all those who are arrested would be taken back to their home districts to be killed in public. So in this stadium, on that day, Idi Amin had said the execution or the public shooting would be done exactly at midday. So the public was alerted to come and be spectators. I was one of those who was a spectator. I was a young man in primary 7, so I have the whole story, the whole vivid memory of what happened. On the time when it was approaching the time of the public execution, the 3 victims were brought on a jeep, and they used the hill. They used the road from the district headquarters, and everybody who was in the stadium saw the convoy of the vehicles, including those who were going to do the shooting, including the victims, including the commanders. Eventually went through the town, were displaying the people to those who were not in the stadium, and eventually bringing them here. And they put them on Bishop then, the late Bishop Festo Chibenda, to go and talk to the victims. So he was the last person to have a word with 3. He did talk to each, and what we picked later, he was asking them the last message to their families. What was very, very strange, the bishop sort of nearly entered into the time that had been marked for the execution. So the commander, I think Colonel Alifadu, pulled the bishop by the collar. He didn't even allow him to turn, and then put him where he was going to, behind the line of those going to fire, and he made the order. So the bishop had no time to go back, to retreat to where the other spectators were. So it's as if he was also part of the firing party. And all this is captured in a monument which we have put here for posterity, for the history, for people never to forget the sacrifices that were made by Ugandans, and part of those Ugandans are some of the freedom fighters in this area. So celebrating 45th anniversary in Kigezi was a correct decision to make this history well recorded and to encourage everybody to consolidate and protect the gains of this revolution that occurred. Since then, we know the country has become peaceful, the country has gone on a constitutional path, the issue of the president killing people extrajudicially is no more. So it's as we celebrate, we remember what was happening, and we focus on what has so far happened and the steps this revolution has made in making a difference. Now the country is set on the path of rapid socio-economic transformation. Kabari itself has changed face. That time it was a small town. Now we are at the eve or verge of having a full-fledged city. So it's as we remember, we celebrate with the conviction that it has not all been in vain. So the blood of some of these freedom fighters is not in vain. Uganda is an island of peace. Uganda is on the verge of a rapid takeoff, as we have variously been telling the whole world. Contributed to putting it up. We think the relevant government institutions who look after monuments will be able later to come in and register it as one heritage site. So I am looking forward to that, either Ministry of Tourism, Ministry of Education, or ourselves, because in UPDF we have a full-fledged department of monuments and historical sites. So this one initially is part of our historical sites.